Hello friends, it's the Grub back again, and it is a lovely morning here on Kerbal, at the Kerbal Space Center, and we are ready to continue on with our missions to build up our space center and our space program. As you recall, we finished the Cura missions previously, and now we're on the Katurn missions. That's what I have here currently. So, for our first mission of Katurn 1, we need to launch from the KSC, achieve a stable orbit, complete an EVA, and safely land. Optional goal of taking an optional goal of taking an extended spacewalk during EVA and returning to vessel. So go ahead and we'll do that. Now, I've already built the ship. I was in the process of going for it when I had to quickly leave my computer. So here I have the Katurn 1 already built up. You see here it's 45, about 46 we'll say, 46,000 Kerbits for me to launch this craft. So let's see what happens. So we'll have the first launch of the Katurn 1 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, liftoff. We have liftoff of the Katurn 1. And what I'll probably do is I'll just kind of do some cuts here and there as we get to space. As you've seen me reach orbit. Now, if anything exciting happens between now and orbit, I'll show. Hopefully nothing will. Okay, we do seem to have a bit of an issue. Let's see if I can still make orbit here with this extra weight. But, these didn't blow off like they were supposed to have. Not sure why. It was weird. Now I'm lugging this extra weight. Alright, let's see if we can still make space, though. Okay, I hit my spacebar early accidentally. Okay, well, this was not a good mission. So, looks like we'll have to go back and try again. We had some failures. I'm not sure why those solid rocket boosters didn't blow off like they were supposed to. They kind of weighed me down a bit. But oh well. We'll try again when we land. So I'll be back once we've done that. In the meantime, science. Well, I screwed up. I was trying to do some EVA, just kind of get used to it. But now I have a Kerbal asteroid. And he couldn't be happier to just be plummeting down to Earth, couldn't he? Or down to Kerbin. Oh, we're gonna have to pay life insurance on this guy. Oh, and it's Jeb too, he's gone. Jeb will be dead. Oh well. Wait. Can I slow it down enough? No. Whoopsie. Well, there we have it. Back to the Space Center. That was one failed mission, and we have our first Kerbal death. Jebediah Kerbin says missing in action. We know what happened to him. The first Kerbin asteroid. I should say the first Kerbin meteor. Right? Is that it? Meteorite? Or is it meteor? I can't remember whichever one it was that flies through the air and impacts the ground. Whichever. Now let's try this again and hopefully these damned pods will bust off. Excuse me. Alright, so we have launch in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And we have liftoff of the Katurn 1. Hopefully these will break off this time. Alright, we're getting close to where we're going to need to make have this break off here and also do our terminal. Let's see. No, they didn't break off. Okay. I am going to revert on this one because that's got to be a bug. I don't know. It was for some reason. It was quote-unquote kind of a design flaw, but for some reason when the rockets were put on here, they were put on there inside here. That's why I was doing that. Okay. Well, we got it fixed. Let's save and try it again here. That'll be the only time you'll see us do a flight revert. Because that was something that was fundamentally wrong. And personally, at first it looked like it was actually something wrong with the game, or it wasn't disconnecting properly, but no, it was actually my design. For some reason I had that put in there. So that's not when we would do the what have yous, the revert to flight. We'd only do that if it's caused because of a game crashing bug or something like that. Which I thought that was for a second was a bug, but it was due to my poor creation. So that was a fluke. But here we go. So once again, we have a first launch of the Katurn 1 mission spacecraft. We'll have it launched in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And disconnect point here shortly. disconnect, we'll be about ready to do our gravity turn. So we'll disconnect this before we do gravity. See what we do. Perfect. Except for some reason now we have no engine. What the hell happened to our engine? That wasn't design. That was something in this game breaking my engine. Okay, you know what? Bring you down. Causing all kinds of consternations. See, it's doing it again. It's as if at a certain level it just doesn't connect properly. Because I want these to be the base, because I don't want just that one engine supporting all that weight, since I don't have any stands yet. But yeah, that thing was causing problems. So here we go. I won't call it a Mark II, because it technically isn't a Mark II. It's still the same one. We've just had some generalized problems, so. Alright, so here we go. Our first launch of the Katurn spacecraft for the Katurn missions launches in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition. And we have liftoff. I'm going to turn the ACS. I have fins. SCS, I have fins. So I'm going to against the burns and screw up. Okay, so we have to fine tune this as I fly. Stop rolling. Stop rolling. And we'll start with separation here. And get in position for a gravity turn. There. There we go. Now we should be fine. So I'll be back once we have our orbit. Alright, we have gotten our minimum apoapsis set up, so we can go ahead and start a maneuver from there to get ourselves our orbit. That should be fine enough, so we'll go ahead and get ourselves situated. And we'll just wait for our burn. I'll be back once we're in orbit. Alright folks, looks like we managed to get ourselves into a steady orbit finally. Took a little bit, but we managed to do it. With our minimum apoapsis and periapsis. The 80 and maximum, between 80 and 85 is for our periapsis and apoapsis. So we've gone ahead and completed that goal. Now we need to go ahead and do an EVA. So before we do that, let's go ahead and toggle a crew report, because we're going to need that. We'll go ahead and get our EVA out of the way. Get our EVA report. Now they want us to go 86 for our minimum altitude. Tell you what, I'm going to hold off on doing that until we get to the day side. That way I have plenty of time to work on this throughout the day shift instead of doing this trying that night cycle. So let me go ahead and just warp around here. I'll be back at daytime. Alright folks, it should be getting on to dawn here shortly. Let's take a look here. Hopefully Bill won't meet the same fate as old Jebediah and not become a shooting star the wrong way. As we go here, we're about to have dawn while circling the planet Kerbin. And then you see the atmospheric band right there. Let's make for a pretty neat picture. I wish I knew how to take out all the... Oh, there we go. Just want to wait till the sun pops out. There we go. Just take a couple pictures. Okay. I think F2 did it again. There we go. Hopefully that... Well, I don't think that will. So like I said, hopefully I don't have print screen on there. So as we start moving on into the morning, it's time to start getting a shot at our EVA for our optional mission here. So let's go ahead and let it go. We want to go away from it, so let's turn on our EVA pack. So we need to get out to a distance of 86. This may not be a good thing. There we go. Okay, well, as long as I can target it, I should be okay. So we're just gonna let ourselves be taken backwards, doing our EVA, an extended EVA walk going out to 86,000 for our minimum altitude. It's an EVA report. Just above Kerbin's water. Oh, but we can't store this. Ooh. That could cause problems. Go ahead and cut this a little more. Got 85 for fuel. Just floating on out by himself out in the vastness of the Kerbal Space orbit. He does not look too thrilled. If I'm not mistaken, Jebediah was always the crazy man. Bill was always the worrywart. So yeah, I'll be back once we meet our requirement, and then we'll start working our way back. Alright folks, we're about to hit the 86 kilometers that we need to reach. 86,000 I should say. Yeah, 86 kilometers. I think that's what it would come out to be. And bingo, we have met our bonus. So let's, hopefully we can get back to the ship. So I'll start working my way back towards it. Since it is lower than me, it is moving faster. So I have to play catch up. Hopefully without getting too low. So I'll be back once we get close. Alright folks, we're getting a little closer now. It's starting to catch up to us as we attempt to make it here. Almost out of fuel. Getting close to that as well, which is not a good thing. One of the bad parts about this here is you don't have a little ball to tell you the target speed of that, so you gotta match speeds with that thing by eye. Should be coming in on it though. We are coming in a little quick though. Let me slowly start breaking that. Alright. Be back when I get closer. Now folks, there it is. Getting closer to it. Come on, we just got aboard. Preferably before night. Okay. And I'm having this much trouble just trying to get a Kerbal back on board. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when I have to make a station? Oy. Okay, there's our door. Ooh. We're almost there. Grab, there we go. Woohoo! Oh, we've made it. I was not expecting us to make it. let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and just do a couple of laps around here and grab some science, and then I'll be back when I'm ready to start my deorbital burn. So we'll be back. Alright folks, I'm back and I'm ready to get ready to start my return trip home, and it turns out KSC is going to be in the light side. I'm going to see if I can't land as close as I can to, or get as close as I can to there. Let's see. Splashing just off the shore is not a problem. You can always move that back a little bit. In fact, do this and it requires less burn. Oh, okay. Back here. And it gives us a nice shallow drop. Let's pop it here. Because by the time we burn through the atmosphere, that should just about net us right there. So I'll go ahead and get in position, and I'll be back when I'm ready to start my deorbital burn. Alright folks, well we're about 40 seconds away from our deorbital burn. And I'll get us home for the Katurn 1 mission to complete. Yeah, we've had a couple of rocky starts. We lost one man to our space program so far. Jebediah Kerbin decided he wanted to be a shooting star. We had some... you know what, I am going to claim that those being bugs. There's no way those things should have went through there and clipped onto it, so those reverts were, I'm going to consider, game-caused problems. And despite forgetting to put the fins on this thing, we did still manage to get up into orbit, so... Oh, and I was talking through my burns, so let me get that taken care of here. Since I waited too long. Oh well. Go ahead and blow that off. Turn that off, the torquiest torqueness of torqueness. Turn off our SAS. And just ride the gravity down. So I'll be back once we've landed. Alright, we're going to be starting our friction burn here. Our atmospheric entry should be starting now. There we go. I can start seeing the glow happening. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to touch down on the beach. Or I should say the desert. Yeah, the desert. We're touching down in the desert. Close to the ocean still. Got a little bit of water out there and a little bit of inland lake there. Let's go ahead and get down on the ground. And there we are. We have succeeded in our mission. Now, before we go further, let's get a little curbing off here. And, of course, we want science. So let's take our samples. There we go. Alright, and let's head back to the Space Center for the conclusion. So we have gone ahead and we have completed the Katurn 1 mission. Here are our rewards for science that we completed while we were doing so. So we have 54 science points. Let's see what we can spend that on here. I'm thinking I want to get this so I can get these. Kind of help stabilize things out. Then I won't worry about placement of my solid boosters as much. So yes, there we go. I don't really need this that much just yet, but soon. So thanks for joining us. Next time we'll go on to the next Katurn mission. Once again, this has been the Grub. Hope you've enjoyed. Take it easy. Bye-bye.